Well, hey y'all, I'm back and we got some news about student loans coming up in January. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Article that I want to bring up says the U.S. is set to garnish wages for student debt collection in 2026. So what does that mean? There's a lot of panic going on because there's a lot of stuff that's going to change as soon as January comes. Not only are people's health insurance premiums going to go up, millions of them, but now wages are going to start to get garnished for people who are defaulting on their student loans. This is a catastrophe in terms of people's finances. A lot of folks are in panic, and then some people are just like, hey, you know, what can we do anyway? Because the economy is so rough right now, you can't afford anything. There's a crisis when it comes to being able to go and buy stuff at the grocery store, to be able to go out and just do anything in general. And everybody is in panic mode, and I can't blame them because I'm in panic mode too. The only thing that's helping me is saving money. But let's go ahead and get right into it, talking about this student loan crisis. I'm gonna go deeper into this article and just read some things from it. It says, it will be the first time a portion of borrowers' paychecks has been at risk since the beginning of the COVID pandemic, when collection activity was halted. Starting the week, pay attention to this, starting the week of January 7th, the Education Department expects around 1,000 defaulted student loan borrowers to receive notices of administrative wage garnishment. After that, the number of notified borrowers will continue to increase. So for those of you who don't know what wage garnishment is, that basically means that, yeah, you may have a job, but your paycheck, your student loan payments are gonna start to get deducted from your paycheck. Your wages are gonna start to get garnished. And now people say, well, how can the government do this? Well, as the article brings out, the US government has extraordinary collection powers on federal debts, and it can seize borrowers' federal tax returns, wages, and Social Security, retirement, and disability benefits. The Education Department can seize up to 15% of a student loan holder's after-tax income. This is after tax. So this is already after you've gotten the taxes taken out of your paycheck. Here comes the wage garnishment to take more, to put toward their debt. By law, borrowers must be left with at least 30 times the federal minimum hourly wage. Oh, okay, that sounds pretty good. What is that? $217.50. So that means that your whole paycheck can get taken out with just $217 left to spend, and that ain't gonna buy you 2 weeks of groceries nowadays. This is an absolute crisis for a lot of people, for millions of people right now who are in default when it comes to their student loans. And now, you can look at this in a couple of ways. You know, the payments have been halted since the pandemic. And so you could argue, well, maybe people got a little too comfortable in not paying off their student loans. But then you could argue, what can they do to pay off student loans? Let's not act like we're crazy and not know the price of college nowadays. You know, it takes what, $15,000, $30,000 a semester sometimes for some of these colleges, and that's in-state. Don't go out of state. You out of state, you might as well be paying for a house. So again, to act like student loans are just this easy thing to pay back, they're not. And to act like the price of college is just this small thing that everybody can afford, it's not. In fact, if you take it from me, I don't see a reason to go to college at all now, because the people who are graduating from college can't even get a job. The unemployment rate for college graduates and for those who did not go to college is literally the same right now. So this is like a bad deal that millions of people took, and it's not gonna get any better. Starting January 7th, that's in less than 3 weeks. Starting January 7th, wages are getting garnished. Now, let me go further into why this is such a huge crisis when it comes to these student loans. This is further in the article. It's called The Precipice of a Default Cliff. Amidst all this change, data shows that millions of borrowers are struggling to keep up with their payments. The results were sobering. This was a federal student loan data test that somebody did, or analysis. 5.5 million borrowers are in default, with another 3.7 million more than 270 days late on their payments, and 2.7 million in early stages of delinquency. Just some quick math, that's about 6 million plus 4 million plus another 3 million. That's almost 13 million people. 13 million. The article says, okay, 12. All right. About 12 million borrowers right now who are either delinquent on their loans or in default. That's more than 1 in 4 federal student loan borrowers. This is an absolute crisis that is going to pop off very soon. I mean, we're talking, this is January 7th. So now, what is the plan for all these people who can't pay their student loans? Well, see, this is where I start to think, okay, what's the end game here? Well, the end game that is not involving some absolute catastrophe that changes the whole scope of how the world is. Okay, so you got 1 in 4 student loan borrowers who are about to get their wages garnished at the same time that you're incentivizing everyone to get fired from their jobs. So how exactly is this gonna get paid? What's the thinking here? What is the end game here? What is the reasoning behind this as far as, yes, we're gonna garnish everybody's wages, but at the same time, we're gonna fire everybody so there's no wages, and then we're not gonna get the money that we said that we needed to get? Hey, I don't know. I don't know what the thinking is. I'm not worried about the thinking. What I'm worried about is what I can control and what you can control. And I always say it, every single video. Get out of credit card debt, build an emergency fund, 6 to 12 months, probably 12 months now, because I mean, dude, this economy is not getting any better. And simplify your life. Y'all, so many of us are caught up in this foolishness that I just read today about student loans and credit card crisis and buy now, pay later and all these things. So many of us are caught up in it because we refuse to simplify our lives. Simplify your life. You do not need all this stuff. Put the credit card down. Do not install the buy now, pay later app, because there is nobody who is coming to help you except for you when it comes to your finances. Take care of yourself. Do not go along with these trends, because this is what happens. People go along with the trends, they don't pay down debts, and then all of a sudden the debt collector comes and it's crisis. We don't need to play this game anymore, okay? If today is the day that you start saving at least $1, do it. Please do it. Hey, that's all I got for this video. This student loan debt crisis is going to be something in just a matter of weeks. Protect yourself by simplifying your life. Y'all take it easy. Have a good one. I'll talk to you later.